So good day everyone. Today I will be explaining set A encapsulation from our object-oriented programming laboratory exercise. So the title of the activity is issue library borrowing account secure member data. This activity focuses on the concept of encapsulation, which is one of our four main pillars of object-oriented programming. So encapsulation is very important. It helps protect data from being misused or modified incorrectly in real-life systems, especially in schools and library-sensitive information such as penalties and borrowed items should not be directly changed by users. Because of that, encapsulation allows us to control how data is accessed and updated. So what is encapsulation? Encapsulation means hiding from the internal data of a class, allowing access only through controlled methods. In Python, we have achieved the encapsulation by using private attributes with a double underscore, using methods instead of direct access, using at property to make values readable but not editable. This prevents errors, such as setting negative values exceed allowed limit, changing important data accidentally. So, in our scenario, the Caraga State University Library, one system where students can borrow books, there is maximum borrow limit, late returns of penalties. Students cannot directly change their borrow count or penalty balance. This is a perfect example of where encapsulation is needed. So, we created a class called library library account, and it contains public attributes, private attributes, methods, and the control actions. So public attributes that has student name and student ID, and these are the public because they are basic information that is safe to access. So private attributes is borrowed count and penalty balance. These are the private because they should not be changed directly by the student user. Using private attributes, the double underscores makes an attribute private. This means you cannot access or change it directly outside class. You must method to modify it. For example, the student cannot directly borrow books. The student cannot directly remove penalties. This protects the data from invalid changes. So here, at property, read-only access, we only add property for borrowed account. Penalty balance, this allows the program to read the values but not modify and directly. And so the user can see how many books are borrowed, how much penalty they have, but they cannot change the values without the proper method. This this is a key of it, feature of encapsulation. So now let's explain the methods one by one. So borrowed book here, borrowed book. This method adds one borrowed count, checks if the student is already borrowed three book three books, denies borrowing if the limit reached. So this prevents students from borrowing more than is allowed. So next is return book days late here. Reduce the borrowed count by one. Checks if the book is just returned late. Adds penalty of here 10 pesos per late day. This ensures penalties is computed directly automatically. And three is pay penalty amount here. This method rejects the invalid payments of zero to negative. The deduct of the payment of penalty balance prevents the balance going to below zero. This avoids incorrect or negative penalty values. For show status here, and this method displays the student name, shows the borrowed books, and shows the balance. The student name, borrowed books, and the balance. And we have in the sample test, the student borrows three books, allowed, borrows a fourth book, is denied, and returns a book called 2 days late, this penalty is added, and which pays the part of the penalty. And final status of the display directly, this provides that the system works intended. And we have here added library account on the Cruz, and we input here CSUCC 2026 and 001, and this will be the denied, and the late will be here. So the conclusion of this is to conclude the encapsulation help us to protect, prevent invalid operations, control how values are updated, make the program secure and reliable. Without encapsulation, users could easily break the system, changing value directly using the private attributes, using attributes, private attributes, methods, and properties. We ensure that actions, all the actions follow the rules. Encapsulation is essential. Real-world systems like libraries, banks, and school records